Everything you've been doing just to get by in Italy must be taken care of more. Year after year, we watch smart, well meaning people, foreigners, expats, even locals fall into the same traps. They think they're doing a small favor, making the little extra cash, just saving a bit of time. They believe these are small things, nothing to worry about. What they don't know is that these little decisions are ticking time bombs. They're invisible traps laid out by a system that is designed to find you. And when it does, it will cost you not just money, but peace of mind. Today, we're going to discuss about 5 very common daily mistakes. They can lead to devastating fines in Italy. This is not just about complex, corporate tax strategies. It's about real life. The little things you do every single day, they could be a huge liability. We're going to use real numbers, real context to show exactly how much these errors can cost you. So let's start with the first one, the side hustle that is not so casual. Let's say you're a designer from the US living in Rome. A friend asks you to design a website for their new business. It's a very close friend. It's a small project, maybe just a few hours of work, and they offer to pay you 1,000 in cash. It feels like an easy way to make some extra money. No big deal, right? You don't have the VAT, you don't have the partita IVA or any kind of Italian business number, so you don't issue any invoice. You just accept the cash and you move on. Here's the reality. The 1,000 is taxable income, even if it's cash, even if it's just one project only, one off. The Italian tax authorities have sophisticated ways of tracking transactions and expenses. Let's say they find out through your friend's business records doing an audit. The 1,000 you earn could be subject for an income tax rate up to 43% for higher earners. So possibly you earn 430 in taxes. But that's not all, because you didn't declare it, so you also face a penalty. And the penalty for not declaring income ranges from 120 to 240% of the taxes due. In this case, even at the lowest penalty rate of 120%, you would have to pay an additional 516. So what was supposed to be a simple 1,000 small favor turned into a tax bill of almost 1,000 for a casual project, all for thinking that a small amount of cash wouldn't matter. Everything matters. Let's discuss about the mistake number 2, the hidden Airbnb income. Let's say you have a spare room in your apartment in Florence and you decide to list it on Airbnb to make some extra money while you're traveling. You're only doing for a few weeks, come on, and you earn 2,000. It's an easy passive income. Here's the trap. The rental income is 100% taxable in Italy. The most common mistake we see is people thinking they can just get by without a tax code, or they don't know that they need to register the lease agreement with a tax agency, for example. And they certainly don't know about the different taxes for short-term rentals, or heavy withholding tax, or the cellulare secca. The Italian government recently has cracked down on this. Airbnb and other platforms like Booking.com are now required to share host information with the tax authorities. They're coming at you for this hidden income. That 2,000 rental income is taxable. Let's say you're a high income earner. That's a minimum of 21 or 23% tax. It can be taxed at your progressive income tax rate, which can be much higher. Let's use the best case, 21% flat. That's 420 in taxes. The penalty for not declaring that income, again, is severe. A penalty between 120 to 240% of the taxes due. That's at least an additional 504 in fines. You have to pay the tax, the fine, potentially even interest. Your 2,000 passive income could end up costing you more than half of that in taxes and penalties for just a few weeks in rental. Now let's discuss about the contratto di lavoro occasionale, non-professional engagement. Let's say you're a native English speaker in Milan. Language school wants you to teach a few classes a month. They offer you a contratto di lavoro occasionale, a casual work contract. You think it's just a simple piece of paper. You sign it, do the work, get paid, that's it. What you don't realize is that these contracts have a critical limit. Generally speaking, you cannot earn more than 5,000 per year. The moment you cross the threshold, you're no longer considered a casual worker. You're now required to open a tax position, get the partita IVA, pay income tax, social contributions, and file your taxes. We've seen it happen. A foreign teacher earns 6,000 in a year from a language school. They think they're fine because they're on a casual contract, but they're not. They just crossed the legal line. They're now required to pay income tax on the 6,000, but also social security contributions, which are around 26%. So an extra 1,560. On top of that, they're hit with the penalties for not registering with the tax authorities. The penalty for not registering for the VAT position can be up to 2,000, and a penalty for not paying social contributions. It's a domino series of fines. One simple work contract misunderstood turns into a financial nightmare and can cost thousands of euros. Let's face mistake number one, the unreported foreign bank account. Let's say you're a student from Canada studying in Bologna. Your parents send you money every month to a Canadian bank account and you use an app to transfer to your Italian account. You figure it's just family money, there's no tax to pay. This is just your opinion. All foreign bank accounts held by an Italian tax resident must be declared in their tax return in the RW framework, regardless how much money is in them, except for the 5,000 BREC. It's a simple box to check on a form and a penalty to pay if you don't. The penalty for not declaring a foreign account can be up to 1,032 for accounts with a balance under the 15,000. If for accounts with the higher balances, it's a percentage of the total amount, which can be several digits. This is not just tax on the money, it's a fine for not compliance. And the Italian government has access to international banking data. They will find you. A simple forgotten checkbox could cost you over 1,000 euros for just forgetting to tell the government about it. Now, let's face the mistake number 5. Accepting cash payments for work. Let's say you're an artist in Naples. A gallery sells one of your paintings for 3,000 and pays you in cash. You think it's a win-win. No paperwork, no one has to know, it's a secret. Cash is not invisible. The gallery is required by the law to issue an invoice and declare the payment, even if they pay you in cash. If the gallery is audited, they will show that they actually pay you. The tax authorities will immediately know that you didn't declare that income. It's a cross-check. And the fines are bloody. You'll be hit with a taxes you owe, social contributions, and massive penalties on top of that. What was a simple cash payment turns into immediate and painful audit. The risk is simply not worth the reward. You see, in Italy, the tax authorities don't care about your good intentions. They care about compliance. They are a machine that is programmed to find mismatches. We don't want to see your peaceful life turn into nightmare audits and fines. We want to show you the dangers so you can live your life in Italy with confidence. So if you're living in Italy or any of these situations sound familiar, we're here to help. And if you want to talk to us directly about your specific situation, we can schedule a discovery call. Don't just hope for the best. Prepare for the best.
At Studio Rigo, we provide tax and strategic guidance for those navigating international complexity with significant interests in Italy. We work quietly, precisely, and always with the long term in mind. If you expect nothing less than clarity and control, you'll know where to find us. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.